There's a path. A strange path no one dares to walk. It's called the path of wicks because every light that rises there gets crushed. But one day, a small spark kept burning. That spark was a young shepherd named David. David was the youngest son of a man named Jesse. He wasn't tall. He wasn't strong. While his older brothers were away fighting in the army, David stayed home to take care of the sheep. Every day, David walked with his sheep over hills and valleys. He played his harp and sang songs to God. Sometimes wild animals would come to attack the flock, a lion or a bear. But David never ran away. He trusted God, picked up his sling, and protected his sheep. God helped him win every time. Far away from David, a war was happening. The Israelites, God's people, were fighting against a strong enemy called the Philistines. The Philistines had a champion named Goliath. He was a giant over 9 feet tall, wearing heavy armor and carrying a huge spear. Every morning and evening, Goliath walked out in front of the armies and shouted, "Send me one man to fight. If he wins, we will serve you. But if I win, you will serve us." His voice was loud like thunder, and it made everyone afraid. For 40 days, no one dared to fight him. Even the king was scared. Back at home, David's father Jesse called him and said, "Take this food to your brothers in the army. See how they are doing and bring back news." David left the sheep with a helper and traveled to the battlefield. When he arrived, he saw Goliath come out and shout again. The soldiers around him were shaking with fear. David asked, "Why is no one fighting this man? He is insulting God." His older brothers were angry and told him to be quiet. "Why are you here? Go back to your sheep," they said. But David knew in his heart something had to be done. David went to King Saul and said, "I will fight this giant." The king was surprised. "You are just a boy," he said. "Goliath is a warrior." But David replied, "When I watched over my sheep, a lion came. A bear came. I fought them and saved the lambs. God helped me then. He will help me now." King Saul agreed and gave David his armor and sword. But they were too heavy for David. He took them off and walked out with only his sling and 5 smooth stones from a stream. As David stepped onto the battlefield, Goliath laughed. "Am I a dog that you come to me with sticks?" he shouted. "Come here and I'll feed you to the birds." David stood strong. "You come with a sword and a spear, but I come in the name of the Lord. Today, God will give you into my hands, and everyone will know that the battle belongs to the Lord." Then, David ran forward. He took one stone, placed it in his sling, and swung it fast, faster than the wind. The stone flew through the air and hit Goliath right in the forehead. The giant stopped, shook, and fell, face down, to the ground. The earth shook with him. Everyone went silent. Then a great shout rose up from the Israelites. David ran, took Goliath's sword, and lifted it high. He had won. The Philistines saw their champion fall and ran away in fear. The Israelites chased them and won a great victory that day. David became a hero. But not because he was strong. Not because he had armor. He was brave because he trusted in God. And that's the story of the path of wicks. When every other light had faded, one little spark stayed burning and became a flame. Even the smallest person with faith in God can defeat the biggest giant.